Last time on the Great Ace Attorney 2.
Have to prove that it happened in some other way, and not via Mr. Natsume's tea.
Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen. Oh no.
But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course.
All right, Ringo, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go up there, we're going to bottle the gas, and then we'll sell it ourselves.
How do you propose we catch it, Nash?
Look, all we need to do, right, is we just got to cut off a pipe, and then we put the milk bottle on top of the pipe as the gas is leaking out. Then we just wait for it to fill up.
Nash, how do you seal the milk bottle?
What you're going to do, you're going to have a maximum of 10 bottles, and you're going to have to shove your fingers
In each one?
There is another explanation here, I believe. I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there? The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Disillusion Plays The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we play the games and do the voices.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Taylor.
Just
Nice.
changing it up a little bit just before we get in, I just want to mention, guys, we've got some fan art.
We have.
We have.
Yeah.
Cool.
We love it. It was like out of the blue, total surprise. It was amazing. So
Thank you very much.
Yes, so just before we get into playing, we would like to say a massive thank you to Batteray Taran and Doodle Squish.
Yeah.
It was such a
Yeah.
wonderful surprise, so, we would appreciate if you would check them out, and links to their socials are in the description below.
Yeah, check them out, guys.
Yeah, please do. And thank you
super
so
cool.
so much. It was really nice to receive them.
It just made all of our collective weekends when we
Really
saw
did.
that. It kind of just filled us all with joy. And we cannot thank you both enough for what you've done. And we can't thank our audience enough in general because
And more
we
important-
have had a.
Sorry. Yep. Go on, Taylor.
And more importantly, as Pete interrupts me, more importantly, we appreciate our audience. We do love performing and making all of this content for you guys. And if you guys are enjoying it and we are bringing a little bit of joy into your lives, well, then that just makes us even feel happier.
Absolutely.
It
It's
does.
why we started this in the first place. Not for the fan art, but for the joy. To give you
The
guys...
fan art is a lovely bonus.
Yes, for you, because we thought you guys would like what we do, or we hoped, and you've proven that some of you do.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Not the original stuff though. Don't go back and
don't
watch
go
the
back
original.
and watch that one.
Just-
No,
just-
probably
for the first
don't.
year, just
Ignore that
don't. Just-
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying that you can't, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah, if you want to cringe to death, then maybe.
To death. And with that out of the way, guys, we probably should get on.
We should.
And so just before we do,
We're gonna do some shameless shilling.
we've got to get, like I say, we've got to get that. We've got to gently caress the algorithm. If you like
Oh,
what we
dear.
do, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell.
Yeah.
And with that, guys, let's get.
Let's
heck
go
into the
listen.
game.
Let's go talk about Shamspeare putting his lips on a pipe for another
I
hour.
forgot about that. Oh Jesus.
Oh no!
Yeah, totally forgot about that.
But your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that, eh?
Casual.
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already.
Yes,
You're
it's been
number
sullied by
5.
you repeatedly throwing glass and wine onto my freshly vacuumed rug.
The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already, juror number 5.
Who, me?
No, the other juror number 5. my voice, I can't do it. As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands on the wall, lippeth on a pipeth, remains at this time. unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Ah! Objection! But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room to be examined.
No, not examining my pipes.
If there are traces of poison there...
Objection! What appears to be extremely simple is my Nippony.
Breathe.
Mine. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required.
Yes?
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe,
Oh boy. Oh dear.
it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible!
Would it though?
I didn't think of that.
But you see now, Sarah, you may be onto something, because tea stains. Even if the tea evaporated, it may have stained the pipe?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's thinking that way. Maybe that's where we have to present the evidence, like the cup, and say, oh, but tea stains! So, actually, shut up!
Like, unless he, gave it a good licking.
Gave it a
and
real...
licked all the...
That's it, he really
licked
gave...
it all off that
He
pipe.
that pipe a
licked
really-
that pipe.
He really... Oh, I really want to say that word, but I shouldn't. Yep. He really did the thing
Careful
to the
now.
pipe.
Careful now.
He did the thing with his mouth to the pipe. Anyway,
The poison was spread around the pipe.
Well, that's the family-friendly version gone out the window.
I wish I could get that close to my mic. I can't. I'm already pressed up against the mic already almost. I can't get any closer to it.
Your lips are pressed to...
To the mic pipe.
Mic
the
pipe.
pipe mic.
In any case, Counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Honestly, I find it quite revolting. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
Oh, I don't know. To kill the tenant on the middle floor, just to get him out of
But
there?
who on earth
Certainly
would
not
want
to
to
try to
sin?
commit murder for a second time in order to obtain treasure. That would just be silly. Who even said that? Certainly not me. No!
Who even said that? Well, it's those ready spirits!
There's only one possibility that I can think of, and that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder.
How
boy.
could you, sir? Oh no.
Order! Order! Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shamspeare wanted to end the life of
So sad.
Herlock shows!
Dick Gumshoe.
Perhaps he wanted to.
Well, that's not very nice.
He wanted to kill off John Garrideb.
No, Shamspeare wanted to end the life of Shamspeare.
Prithee, I taketh my own
Oh
life.
my god. Oh, okay, hang on a second.
Oh, okay, we're trying this.
I just want to see what happens if you do say himself. Probably nothing, but
Take that!
Good Lord! An unexpected answer indeed.
That's right, my lord. The nature of cases like these is that they're full of wild twists and turns.
okay, I guess it doesn't.
Aw.
Objection!
Or rather, my lord. The nature of counselors like these is that they're full of wide-eyed twaddle and theatrics.
Wah! All right, keep calm.
Just the eyes.
All right. We don't need him to give us a clue.
I was hoping that was going to be a bit. It was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, I was hoping there was
it was
gonna
going to
be
be a bit more interesting.
Like that they'd acknowledge that it was like, don't be ridiculous.
What would have been really hilarious is if it had been the right answer, and then we're just
Oh,
like,
God.
Wait a second.
Well-
What?
Alas,
take that!
my Juliet hath perished. I must see her beyond the grave.
But wait.
And I taketh my own life.
No, but I'm still alive. What are you talking about? Why?
If
No.
a gas lamp.
You are dead to me now.
If you were that desperate, you could just come back out to my room and we could hang out for a bit.
At least next time, take me out for a drink
goodness.
first.
Reenact some
This
more
is
Romeo and
Victorian.
Juliet.
Well, anyway.
You wouldn't
If a
know that we're
gas
doing this
lamp were to-
remotely. It's almost like we're doing this remotely.
Have you quite finished? If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around these parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lid is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time. But
Sorry.
having the gas pouring into your...
Well, I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Better.
like, no, you've missed the point, sir. We're not talking about the temperature.
Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsu. La da da. He's just listening. He's just listening to Mambo number 5 in his head. You know, just like
In that era.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Natsume isn't.
My life.
A little bit of Juliet in by my side.
A little bit of theater's all I need.
Oh my god.
A little bit of gas pipes,
Oh,
what
no.
I see.
Oh no. No.
Just a couple of ice coins in the sun, so I can steal heat all night long.
A little bit of murder, here we go. I'm sorry.
Into this gas pipe I shall blow.
Oh my god.
Mambo number 5.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit there, guys.
You're welcome. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case.
Oops, spinning.
He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious!
Objection! The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Because I'm the prosecution. Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe.
Ew.
The question then the question that then arises is, who put it there?
Oh, blimey. Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill.
Which is why I think it's Olive.
Yeah, I think it's solid.
That would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs.
You mean to suggest?
Naturally. The sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
Or the one whose spouse was killed in the exact same manner beforehand. What?
What?
What? In other words, that you in your simple mind may understand. The person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack.
Boing. Boing.
And the only person who
just
could have...
playing with my ribbon.
And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. I don't know why I said it like that. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever.
Oh dear.
Oh, I've really put my foot in it this time.
Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Ow, my nose. Well, I never.
I can't believe that. What are you doing, Lida?
Have you ever tried fishing? I find it quite relaxing in the evenings as the light dies down.
How did he manage to turn about that on me so rapidly?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond.
No, I'm just going to hug this desk.
Mr. Naruhodo, pull yourself together. Don't make me poke you with your sword.
Don't make me do a Susato takedown on you.
Mr. Naruhodo, please, get up. Get up.
Just
Have
5
they put
more
super glue
minutes.
on there? Get up. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leading. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leadings against us. Again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
I don't know why she's smiling there.
No,
This
I
is
don't.
a tense situation. the clockwork
Oh my
attorney.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
And condemn somebody else. Sure.
It's not. Oh, yeah, it's bad enough you rifle through my things, you stopped me from poisoning myself and getting myself out of a pickle, and now you're accusing me of poisoning somebody else!
You're gonna put me in another pickle.
No, I was like, well, you know, I got stabbed. Fiance's dead. And then I nearly drank poison and offed myself, but I think I'm starting to turn a corner. I mean, this week can't get any worse from here, right? Oh, Miss Olive Green, you'll need to come with us immediately. You're under suspicion of murder. Son of a...
I mean, all in all, that's a pretty good week for me.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Poor Olive Green.
I know.
F in chat for Olive Green,
I know,
everybody.
bless her. She's not dead.
Yeah, but
Well, you
Not
mean
yet.
name the
Oh.
true culprit? Poor
No.
egg lady.
No, I mean...
egg lady.
Oh.
She looks like an egg. I'm sorry, she does.
That's mean. I know it about sign...
Oh no. Susato, you need to put your teeth back in.
Oh, shut up, you. I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that...
Have you been taking tongue twister lessons from Kazuma again, Miss Susato?
Why would you say
Oh,
that?
that's a deep cut.
Why would you say that?
So mean.
I feel this is more than a Susato takedown.
If you want to get that reference, you need to check out the Ranched magazine episodes.
No!
I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one.
No, it never happened.
But God, it's so funny.
It never happened. No, it didn't. It's not funny at all. Not worth a watch at
Swift
all.
samurai sword swiping silently sideways.
I mean, I feel like Sarah's reaction alone may be enough to convince you that it's worth watching.
This is the Mukuro Ikusaba. This is the Great Ace Attorney version of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? The tongue
I'm sorry,
twister?
Sarah, do you mean Mukuro
Shut
Ikusaba,
up!
the 16th student, the ultimate despair, the one hiding somewhere within the school, watch out for her? That one?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine. You're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh my God. You Taylor, I think you forgot the last part. Watch out for her.
Shut the
I did say watch out.
Oh, sorry.
For her.
I was so distracted by Sarah's reaction. I must have missed it. You
You're
can't
lucky
see her.
I
She's
can't
so
swear.
angry.
You're lucky I can't swear in
She's
this
so
one.
angry.
Oh wait, no, it's Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Hiding somewhere within
hiding
the school.
somewhere within the school.
Watch
Watch
out
out. There
for-
we go. That's
Taylor,
it.
is Mukuro Ikusaba the 16th student, the one they call the ultimate despair, hiding somewhere within the school? Watch out for her.
I mean, at least Pete can remember a few things.
My God.
And one of them is the fact that it's Mukuro
Oh
Ikusaba,
my
the
God!
16th student, the one they call the ultimate despair, hiding somewhere within the school. Watch
Now,
out for
if you
her.
would like to get that reference, then you'll need to watch our first playthrough of Danganronpa, which is a little rough compared to the second one, but I think it's better than our first playthrough of the Ace Attorney series.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but also it's featured in every other episode.
You'll not need to look very hard.
Have we done?
Have we done?
Have we done?
Poor
Yes,
Susato.
please
Can I
continue.
carry on?
Even Susato is unhappy. Look at that face. She's like, "Do you mind?
Yes.
I'm trying to psych up my partner here, and all you're doing is making my voice actress angry."
Okay, she turned into Natsume there at the end, but yeah.
That's my shouty voice. I can't help it. I'm not Susato.
I won't be after this because I'm going to be in jail for murder.
She's going on. The next case we'll be dealing with is our murder. Oh, God.
Right.
Now that we've sufficiently frustrated Sarah.
They say never work with animals and children. Don't work with two men.
Well, no, I guess, I mean, we'd be covered under both animals and
Or
children, right?
I think that's the thing.
Anyway. Hang on. Wait.
Yes,
Sorry, Sarah.
you will be.
I'm sorry.
You will be.
It's
We're
funny, but I am
we're sorry.
You
We're
will
sorry,
be.
Sarah.
We're sorry.
Good job, I love you both.
Whoa.
I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
Oh, slow camera pan.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now.
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again.
For the third time. Third time?
I
Fourth
trust.
time? I don't know.
I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. What? Oh, don't you worry. We know exactly what.
Objection!
Objection.
Objection!
Objection.
Objection, Your Honor.
Where is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this?
What on earth has happened to your voice?
I'm sorry. There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in
Sorry,
all of
I was
this.
sucking on the gas pipes. Made my voice go a bit funny.
I was just seeing how feasible it would have been, and I was practicing over here in my own time. Sorry, everybody.
You wanted me to establish evidence, and I was working on it. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit?
Ugh. A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives.
Excuse me, I heard that.
My Nipponese friend.
Iris slowly and threateningly lifts the cat flap mat gun and
She just-
points it at Benzie. She
just,
presses the trigger a few times, like, bzzz, bzzz.
Oh dear, it seems like there's a few holes in your prosecution.
I'm just amused by the idea of Iris pops out of a freaking portal. She's invented a portal gun, and she's just like, "You what, mate?
No, it'll
you
be the
mind?"
same thing that Sholmes does, surely, where it's like you just pan to the frame and then she just kind of appears out of nowhere. Also, that's just a line straight from Seto Kaiba. Joey, you're a third-rate or second-rate duelist with a third-rate deck and a fourth-rate haircut.
Jesus.
But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Taylor, honestly, it is a word that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Yeah, but we've been talking about sucking on pipes, so I mean, in this context, it is.
I suppose it's true.
Well, I think if he's having a disappointing climax, he needs to have a talk with his missus. You know, open communication is very important in that sort of thing.
I mean, it's no good if she can't. I didn't even freaking finish my line.
Oh no. It was censoring the line.
You prematurely cut me off.
I cock-blocked you, as it were.
Well, that's just rude.
Can't decide if that should or shouldn't be gathered.
What does stopping chickens have to do with any of this?
Yes.
Yes. Chicken.
Thank you.
Ain't no one here but us chickens, Eddie. I love chickens.
I love chickens, Eddie.
I love chickens, Eddie!
We all love chickens.
Buttered toast. Anyway, thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is this so-called culprit of this crime?
Sorry, Olive.
I think it's Olive. That's the only other person. She had the poison. You know, Duncan died in the same room.
Yep.
Like,
Lady
I can't
Quinby.
really.
No.
I mean, she would have a motive. I guess it could have also been Adron B,
Yeah, but there's
because he
nothing-
was in there.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to say that he has, though, is there? Like, we haven't sort of.
I think it's Olive. Like, she's got because
She had poison.
she's got some beef with Shamspeare.
Yeah.
We've seen she's got some beef with him, so I think it's Olive.
Again, and she had the poison, the thing that that actually needed to be applied to
she
the
had
pipe.
the poison. You know, she's got the guilty conscience. She was trying to take her own life with it and everything. And
I also,
you know, it's a fiance that died. It's
I also refuse to believe that doctors just leave poison hanging about.
yeah.
I mean, there is that.
Just saying. Oh, the music didn't stop.
Take that! The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare is, I believe,
Okay.
Miss Olive Green.
I was nervous that the music didn't stop. It's like, oh no!
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive...
Hold on, I've got to go do a logic dive.
Olive Green? I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel. But I don't recall where.
Well,
It
only
was
a few days
yesterday!
It was only a few days ago.
Miss Olive Green.
6 days ago.
I apologize. The woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
And I will and acquitted, yes. I will hasten to add.
Of course, yes. Miss Green, I had not forgotten at all. She was left comatose for 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital, unconscious. So, on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious! She had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah.
God, my lord, pray what be thy bidding?
Yes.
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of it. Yeah.
No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
I don't know. That looked genuine to you, Sasato? Really?
Dost a noble man consort and knoweth the name of every peasant that passeth him by? Nay, sir, I say not.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word.
God rest the Queen.
We will see
not that one.
my
That's the wrong one.
learned Nipponese friends fast through to its conclusion.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that, I think.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Poor freaking Olive.
I know, she just can't catch a break, bless her.
Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
But
Very well. I grant the request.
excellent. I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say.
Oh, well, thank you.
At the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole suspect of this court's attention.
Subject.
Shush. I meant to say subjects, and I don't care what you people say. I'm the judge. I'm the judge, and so I say what I bally well like.
What I say goes.
Yes.
I say what I say, and what I say is shut up.
Don't question me.
Exactly. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Oh, it's getting tense now. It's getting tense.
It is. I do feel a little bit bad for Miss Olive Green.
I know, right? Bless her. Poor lass.
To be continued. All right, well, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. See you
come
later.
on. No. It's not over until I say so.
No, it's not over until
I have the last laugh.
until the large lady sings, as it were. We're just waiting for Miss Olive Green to appear.
That's mean.
I know.
That's
That
mean.
is mean.
I'm sorry.
You should be
I
ashamed.
know. I do feel a little bit bad.
You should be.
It's just the same.
We
that
do
I
not
know.
body shame on this channel.
Well,
Nope.
that's why I said the large lady.
Oh, I slap you.
I'm sorry.
And I can slap you because you live with me.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I am within slapping range, everybody.
Oh no.
Joyful, jubilant, jumping jacks!
Hello
Yep,
to
and then
you
he-
too.
The way that you rotated on the spot then, it's just like he was on a flipping turntable or whatever they're called. What are they called? Like the Lazy Susan or
Lazy
something.
Susan.
Just needs-
Oh God.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
No, I wouldn't be so
let's not-
pleased. I'm not exactly out of the water yet, Mr. Sato.
Yes, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, Mr. Sato.
Let's not be so hasty. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotaba Esquires. What the?
What you do?
I was grabbing my water and I knocked something off the table. Sorry. Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Oh, proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent.
Nope.
Ah, good morning, my dear fellows.
Oh, your eyelids cooperated then.
Herlock Sholmes! May you drink my tepid tea and forever fall forever silent!
That's probably not the best thing to say in this
I thought
circumstance.
Excuse me, you're a funny Asian fellow. Did you just say that your tea would make him fall silent perpetually?
Oh no!
Oh no, they hurt me!
Also, I just want to draw everyone's attention to that that shape that he's making with his hand there.
Oh, for God's sake. That's
Got 'em.
old. That's old.
I mean, I will also say that I believe the rule for that is it has to be
It has to be below the waist.
below the waist.
Ah,
yes.
okay.
So if we rotate the image 90 degrees, then
I thought the tea was innocent.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came.
Let's not have a repeat of what happened last
oh
time.
no!
Yes,
we
let's
not?
not have a
Let's-
repeat.
What is this?
It's time to bully you because I've already been bullied incessantly.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, you did.
You pushed the button.
You know what you did.
I'm gonna be like there in witness protection, like.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything, Sato. I didn't say anything about Mr. Sato. I didn't say anything about Mr. Sholmes. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything.
We are anonymous.
Nom.
How wonderful.
Yes, I wasn't going to repeat the first line.
Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces.
Nobody said or thought anything of the sort.
The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought. Tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. This sounds really familiar. I feel like I know someone like this. I don't know who it could possibly be, but
My dear fellow.
I do feel like I
Do
know
you
someone.
intend to place the derision upon your face?
Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not?
Oh, yes.
And then I began to muse on the subject, and promptly fell asleep. Why do people oversleep, I queried. Why, time after time do they make the same foolish blunder?
This is like me trying to sleep and all the incessant crap just comes out that like a mistake that I did 10 years ago. And then I can't sleep.
Things
It's like-
then you start thinking about all the things you've ever done and that you'll
About
ever
all
do.
the stupid things I've ever done, even the things I did not do.
As if I actually didn't know whatever it was.
Yeah.
The other thing that sucks is it's like, okay, so you're sleepy at work, you're sleepy on the drive home, and then you go home and it's just like you're just awake.
Yeah.
Just can't fall asleep. You're sleepy and tired all day.
Yeah.
And then you go home.
Yeah. It's
And
like
you
me.
can't sleep.
Yeah. It's like me. I thought I could like on the sofa, boom, done. Go to bed, bing, no. Sleep eludes me.
Honestly, it sounds like the solution would be for you to sleep on the sofa, my dear.
I would, but the sofa is trash.
Oh no!
Until we get a new one, it's trash.
Oh no! One day, my dear, one day.
One day.
Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well,
Brilliant!
is that not an acute insight into the matter?
Astute.
I said astute.
You said a toot.
I said astute. Clean
You
your
said a
ears
toot.
out.
Editing Pete will check this.
Editing people will check this and we'll put an appropriate message on screen.
And not a naughty one.
I'm not going to put a naughty message on screen.
Oh, yes.
Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment.
Oh, no.
I didn't sleep a wink all night.
Oh, dear.
And the results are that I am high as heck on caffeine. By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness.
Shocking.
And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. See,
Rub it in, why don't you?
what is missing there is, like, so when you haven't slept all night, you do feel like crap in the morning, but then after a while, it kind of wears off, and you suddenly get really energetic,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's weird.
and then
You crash.
you crash as hard as hell. Like, you feel
Crash
like
hard,
you
my friends.
become zombie.
Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already.
What others presuppose, I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method.
I love Sasato's face. She's just there like, oh dear, they say never meet your heroes.
Ah, yes.
Oh, of course, yeah, Sholmes picked it up.
And one more thing. Do you remember this? Oh, yes.
Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday.
Oh,
Is it
did you
strychnine?
say poison? Oh,
Well,
dear.
I simply had to give it a taste test first. Oh well, goodbye.
I had to make sure that everything was fine.
I've got precisely 20 minutes. I drank it 10 minutes ago.
But I'll have to jump. It's
so
not
the
one of those.
effects will...
It's not one of those terrible suicide potions, is it? Oh, I guess I'll have to jump into a corner first. That's a weird, really bad Blackadder reference.
yeah,
but
yeah.
fine, but
You didn't manage to.
it was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty. But such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine.
Ha.
So I was right. And I was also right.
Perhaps. Though, of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Don't know why what the heck I was going to say there. Doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now and bugger off back home for some sleep. But licking the
Oh,
we were kidding before,
no.
but
Sholmes! For goodness sake, man!
I shall leave the bottle in your care now. But licking the inside of the neck is not recommended.
Oh dear.
What a pillock.
Iris! Please fetch me the activated charcoal. Post haste.
Now, could I have a word? Is this going to be Olive
It's
Green?
olive, right? Yeah.
Could I have a word?
No,
it's
no.
not.
Could I have a word? What were you expecting?
Gregson, your voice sounded awfully different for a moment just then. I've got a frog in my throat. What can I say? Not had my chips. Oh, sorry.
Sholmes.
It's me. Gregson, how good of you to...
We're gonna have to ban the button.
Oh, no.
Forget it! Excuse me!
He was so
Wait
offended
a minute,
by the sound.
Inspector!
He was so offended by Sholmes' soundbite.
Oh, fight.
There he is.
There
He's
we
got
go,
his
got
chips.
my chips. I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please, speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here.
Oh, I tried to imagine such a lovely world, and yet it's not come to pass.
I mean, it's there it is.
Yeah, there you go. If you just had read the
Believe me,
text.
if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Do you have the results, Inspector?
of the investigation of Mr. Shamspeare's room?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking there, little lady. Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamspeare's room? Well, yes, that is a bit of helpful expository framing. You didn't need to use that many words, but yes, I suppose so.
Shh. A man by the name of... yes, Selden.
I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There is something in there that... Well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What?
Do you know, his face kind of looks like olives. Like from the little itty-bitty picture. Their heads kind of look the same. Are they related?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't really tell.
I've copied up the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you.
All
The
right.
capital offender.
It's been added to the court record.
These documents.
Have a little peek. Oh no, we can't.
18 count. Well, just
We
fit
can't.
down.
I wondered if we could look at the thing, but we'll have a look at it anyway.
18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes whilst in prison. His final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated
Whom was
1,000.
Shamspeare?
I'm gonna
Was it
guess so.
Shamspeare?
Probably. The estimated £1,000 worth of the loot he stole remains uncovered. Manchester Strangeway Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural cause in the early hours of this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out.
Oh no, dear gods! My cellmate seems to have killed himself. Whatever could have ailed
what
him?
cruel fate hath delivered unto me, Shamspeare, that mine dear compatriot in prison should unfortunately lose his life.
And then
I shall take his treasure. It is what he would have wanted for me.
and then across the way, someone's like,
Hey, Gary, what's this silly voice you're doing? You weren't talking like that the other day. What's this all about? Why are you doing...
Shut thy pie hole.
What's all this about? You trying to make yourself look like one of them upstanding citizen folk?
Look, if you're gonna take the mick out of my Shakespearean accent, how do you like I did Selden?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to offend. I'm ever so sorry. You can have my...
It's Shamspeare, get it right.
I'm sorry, Mr.
My dear
Gary Spear.
fellow.
I mean Shamspeare. You can have my dinner token if you like.
Dinner token.
I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me like that, Sheldon.
Jesus.
These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have a duplicate information.
oh no.
Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Oh, Scottish Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows. And the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown.
Flattery'll get you nowhere, pal.
Ah, what a lovely, lovely sparkling diamond. I believe they call it cubic zirconia.
Oh, shoot.
A shining diamond. In the rough, maybe.
Well, that's the last time I do you,
Hey,
David.
that's what I get for being nice. Christ alive. Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Counsel for the defense and the defendant.
I suppose it could be Sholmes this time, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Sholmes could have quickly changed into a bailiff.
Proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once.
Mr. Sholmes, it doesn't work twice. You know. We know it's you now.
And then quickly changes
The thing
back.
is, as soon as the camera pans away, he just comes back to his normal outfit.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, I shall leave you then. Excuse me, my voice stopped. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery Not nodding off at all. Certainly not.
That means he's going to nod off.
Not with this lovely hot flask of coffee. Some lovely, delightful tea from Miss Iris.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
No, don't mention it.
Your support is appreciated as always.
I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Moustache in floods of tears, personally. So, the best of luck to you.
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Natsume, I'm right here. You don't have to shout.
It's time, isn't it?
You have a hearing problem as well as a posture problem, sir?
Everyone commented on his posture.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspeare. This is going to be the final battle.
I didn't realize we were going into combat. I'm not a fighting man, you know.
Well, I don't know.
have no
I mean,
skills.
apparently you have some combat expertise, as you seem to triumph in the battle between Romeo versus Juliet.
I don't know if I'd call that a battle so much as a seduction.
And you're the one with the weapon! I'm at a disadvantage!
Can't you use that sword or something?
I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a
Taylor,
now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to.
If only you can get these darn innuendos out of your head.
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you've become distracted.
No, I'm fine.
Mr. Naruhodo, this is what's called...
You just have to head these things off the pass. Oh, damn
This
it.
is what's known as
Naruhodo,
degeneracy in
please.
my country.
Focus!
Oh, I do believe I think I nodded off there for a moment.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident.
A reckless, rash, and prejudiced.
Prejudiced.
I know.
Prejudiced.
Where were you going?
I just misread it. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious Eastern shore.
Oh, this is courtesy. I'd hate to see you being rude then. Thank you.
And speaking of prejudice...
I think you mean prejudice for that backhanded consideration.
Prejudice. You shush.
Prejudice.
You're racist. You blooming racist, Van Zieks.
A rather cold assessment from the Honourable British Prosecutor, I must say.
Oh, you're
So-
just now noticing.
So, Lord Van Zieks, you're racist. So I've heard you're a racist now, Van Zieks.
You racist bastard.
Oh, that's the Father Ted.
That is. So I've heard you're a
You're
racist now.
I've heard you're a racist now, Father.
No, I'm bally not.
Anyway,
So, Lord Van Zieks, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand?
Them muscles, man.
ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord.
I shall drink her blood later.
Jeez.
Very well.
Bailiff!
Jesus.
Bring the witnesses.
Jeez. Are you all right there, Your Honour?
Yes, I just wanted to get his attention.
Oh, she's painting.
Hello again.
Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court, please.
William Shamspeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only
And that's enough.
that I be a tragic victim to be pitied.
Oh, I pity you.
Well, you
all
are
right.
pitiful. I have to say, you are quite pitiful.
Currently unemployed, in other words.
Thou dost caught me to the core.
Oh, Olive Green! Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Oh, not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Oh, it sounds like me.
Oh, Sarah, no!
Oh, Jesus, that sakes!
Also, currently unemployed, in other words.
Don't make me put this paintbrush somewhere where the sun doesn't shine.
What a coterie.
Mr Shamspeare?
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
Yes,
Yes,
we know.
do shut up.
I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The
How
possibility...
now?
Pardon?
How now?
How now?
The possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I don't know why I added a L to you, like Liu.
I assure you.
Assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green,
Yes?
you are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume?
Yes. The officer did explain.
It's actually really cute, that voice. it's oh.
He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon.
It takes one to know one, dear lady. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I just want to imagine she holds the easel back up and it's a middle finger.
I don't know anything about any poisoning.
A middle finger emoji.
Yeah.
She invents it.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, God dang it.
Jesus.
Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pea-pigmented personage.
Jesus.
Very well.
There's no way to speak to a lady.
Let us proceed.
If I was speaking with one, I would adjust my tone.
Crikey.
Very well. Let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange. Very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely even go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed by the neighbourhood 6 days ago, that's all.
Yes, I'm sure that's fine, but could you please wait until you actually begin to give your testimony to pass on all these facts? Thank you.
Otherwise, we can't press it and we can't present evidence against you.
Yeah, indeed.
And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life.
Yes, that can all be made very clear in your testimony. Thank you.
Yes. Having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garadeb household. Oh yes, a flashback. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days.
Oh, I actually remembered, but I suppose thanks for dredging up the
I do find it amusing that she had like a little hat that all it does is cover the her hair on the
bun.
like, the top knot on her head. The hat isn't big enough for a head, but it covers up the bun.
Yeah.
I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
Oh, don't worry, I'll worry about everything.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened.
Oh no! The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful accident?
Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, We will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspeare. But what happened 6 days ago? I mean, but what happened 6 days ago is nothing to do with me being poisoned.
Humour me.
Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court. On the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road in the evening of the 17th of February.
Oh dear.
And nothing else.
Oh dear.
Aha! I have regained my composure.
Got that stupid bloody face.
I know, right?
It was 6 days ago, at about 5 p.m. I was walking along the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings.
I hope it leaves a paint smudge on her cheek,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know it won't.
No.
I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper.
It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all.
I believe the name of the pub was the Blimey Wimey or the Bingy Wingy. I can't recall which.
I went for a cheeky Nando's.
Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I knew nothing about all this business.
Yes, the second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings.
But can it be aptly described as the haunted lodgings?
Yes,
Well, I
'cause
thought it was
just
more
said-
of a accursed lodgings!
Accursed lodgings!
Accursed, haunted, who knows? Unfortunately, we're going to have to find out next time.
Oh, no. But we've only just had our recess.
I know, I'm sorry. But thank you very much once again for tuning in. If you do like what we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah,
And until next time, we'll see you in the next one.
that's it. See you later, everybody.
And remember, don't lick the inside of strychnine bottles because that's probably bad for you.